Oh, dancing? That could make me one thing. It's time for another Momocon video. So, starting out for our day 3 of being out in Georgia, we ended up seeing the DeLorean and a whole bunch of custom-based cars that they had on the show floor of Momocon, which were all super cool. Almost all of them inspired by anime to some degree. Here's some Demon Slayer, and then of course we've got some Fate Go to follow that up with the Ishtar car, which I got into Fate on this trip. That was a decision. Yep. Alright, Hatsune Miku and all that. And yeah, these were just really dope, and these are just a few of the selection. They were pretty cool. Next up, we went and saw a whole bunch of booths, got a gameplay demo, hands-on, of a game that's in alpha, and then did some cosplaying as our boy Baymax, which is always a great time to do at any con. We ended up heading back to the hotel, which has a place called the Cloakroom as an extension of it. It's kind of like their restaurant. Had a nice little burger and fries, and then we headed on to our big destination as tourists for the day, going to the Georgia Aquarium, which, whew, gotta say, this place really took my breath away.
Today we're at the Georgia Aquarium.
From there, we kind of went through a little hallway, which led to a main atrium, and then we went and saw the sharks, and I think the expressions and everything we said there kind of say it best.
It's not hungry time.
They do get actively fed.
Oh.
He's poking his head around.
Whoa. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's right there. Look at that big eyeball. Oh my god, look at that big that's so cool. Look at that one. Remy, look, there's that one too.
And
there's the hammerhead. Oh
yeah,
my
the
god.
hammerhead is really showing his belly.
Oh.
Honestly, there were so many places that you would be so close that it felt like you could just reach your hand out and touch them, and there was also places that you were essentially surrounded in glass and they could swim directly over you, and honestly, just seeing sharks in this kind of light was something truly special. I would imagine the closest would be scuba diving, which in a lot of these tanks, apparently you can. The Georgia Aquarium was just so neat, and this was just the beginning for us. Honestly, I could have put enough footage in for it to be the whole video, and I don't think that would have been a bad thing.
That's Hammy, the hammerhead shark.
No, we named him Mushroom. Wait, no.
Remy.
You named him Muffin.
Muffin.
Oh, that's so cool.
Look at those teeth.
I want to tickle his little
This is why I don't name animals, because I forget what I name. From there, we went on to find Lulu, an animatronic pelican, which I kind of wish I had never seen, because it was pretty cursed, and so much more.
Hey, Remy, you think we're turtly enough for the turtle club?
Here he comes, here he comes. Oh yeah, he's showing off.
See you.
Little one? Oh. He's like, why are you so close to my face?
Then, of course, began one of my favorite parts of any zoo and or aquarium kind of place, the penguins! You actually used to be able to pop up in these little glass kind of like domes and see them directly, but with COVID, they stopped that. But there's a whole bunch more to see, and it was just really neat. Every single one of the wings was super well designed.
These are more eels. That's all I know.
And while my fish knowledge may have been lacking, every single area had like little posters and things like that you'd kind of expect to detail exactly what were in the tanks. And each one of the areas were really neat. But there's two places that really blew my mind. One that Gensaika, the cameraman, and one of my good friends and mods kept telling me about, and the other, this.
So Remy's getting on one of these futuristic walking sidewalks.
Is it weird that I'm scared?
Why?
I don't know. I don't think we had that on recording. He's got a sad face.
He does. Yeah, look at the big boy.
Now, throughout the entirety of our time at the aquarium, Saika had been telling me about something that essentially would be our grand finale as he kind of tour guided us throughout this entire place. Not only was he our awesome cameraman, but our guide. And he saved what I definitely believe was the best for last. A place that was so big and so amazing that I couldn't help but, after seeing it, think that this might be one of the best aquariums that I've ever been to, period. Because, oh man, it's absolutely massive.
For your viewers to understand the size of that place.
Oh my god.
Now, this tank, known as the Ocean Voyager tank, is so big that that tunnel that we saw earlier was actually connected to it. It's got over a 100-foot long tunnel and over 6.3 million gallons of water. There's actually a camera that I'll link in the description that you can see what's going on in the tank pretty much every time of day, and it's just so cool. Easily one of the coolest places I've ever seen for wildlife stuff. After that, we went to go get some dinner, and on the way past the Coca-Cola building, where Morgan told us her favorite type of soda. Oh wow, the Coca-Cola building. What's your favorite soda, Morgan?
Pepsi.
Couldn't hear you, what? What?
I think I can do this backwards. P-E-P-S. I think I did the S backwards. I
What does that spell?
Coca-Cola.
What does it actually spell, though?
Pepsi.
Nice. That's weird. Randomly walking to fried chicken, we found this. How did I end up here? After that, it was time to visit Gus's world famous chicken, which, not gonna lie, not entirely sure why it's world famous. It was not the best fried chicken I've had, not even close, but the sides were absolutely top tier. Not gonna lie about that. But yeah, the chicken itself, not the best thing I've ever had, but definitely satiated that stomach so we could get ready for round 2 of Momocon that day. Momocon at night. Same old kind of stuff. Different kind of venue, because now it's late. From there, we went on to go do some evening cosplay, which is always a lot of fun. Listen to some live music and just kind of hang out. After all, the next day we had to prep to get ready for another big, long day. We started out by going and getting some good old-fashioned shaved ice from the Fortnite bus. They had like a cranberry flavor kind of jam thing, and that was super nice. It got Morgan super excited because she was going to be playing in a Mario Kart tournament later that day, and it was nice. Besides that, we did some more normal just walking around and jamming, looking at different merch booths and trying to shop for anything that we hadn't done before. And that was great. After that, though, I got to do one of my favorite things and meet Mr. Fargasser, one of my friends from Caffeine.
1, 2, 3. I think you guys are counting. I think you guys are counting differently here.
Alright, let the ginger count for the other two.
You know how to count. 1. I don't think you know how to count.
6.
Stop it! Stop it! You just stopped counting altogether.
Poorly learning how to count down numbers aside to take a picture, Morgan ended up playing in the Mario Kart tournament. She had a ton of fun with it, and it was just another kind of like nice little diversion to the normal kind of day. And it was just nice and fun. She had a whole bunch of fun with it, and we got to kind of hang out and be her peanut gallery slash audience slash really bad cheerleaders that I'm sure kind of just sat there and were a little bit creepy in the end. And you know what? That's okay, because she had fun or something, and that's what it was all about. Which is good. From there, we went and we ended up leaving and going and deciding to get some dinner. And so we kind of headed out, talked to a few more cosplayers and the whole thing. And then we went to Max's Coal Oven Pizza, had some nice little wings, and started digging into those good old-fashioned slices of pizza. Which, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this might be some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life. It was so freaking good. Like, each and every single one of them. And we had like 4 different pizzas. We had like 1 per person. I guess it was like more like 6. Yeah, that sounds about right. And it was just amazing. Each one of these was absolutely top tier, and I dream about that pizza, guys. I dream about it. It was so good. From there, we decided to go and get set up for our evening trip, because after all, we were going to be going to Skyview, getting a nice look at the entirety of the town, and going on a nice little Ferris wheel, which, gotta say, as a person who's afraid of heights, this one might have been a weird choice. And let me tell you, it goes up pretty freaking high. And just higher. And higher, and higher, and higher. But it's really cool. It's definitely one of the best ways, I think, that you can see the entirety of the city, and its placement's pretty nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go up all the way.
Breathing. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yo, that's so cool! There's people down there! So at this point, you're probably like, hey, Remy, how high exactly is high? It's supposedly a little bit higher than 20 stories with about 42 gondolas. Each one of these is air-conditioned, and honestly, felt pretty comfortable. You can control the air conditioning inside of it, too. So on different kinds of days and different kinds of weathers, you can change it up a little bit, and the view itself was absolutely killer. That said, it only took about like 15 minutes, so I'm not entirely sure if it's worth the price, but with like a Groupon or something like that, I'd definitely say it was neat.
How are you? Are you doing good today? Are you afraid of heights? Well, what you need is your complimentary Trevor, who is not afraid of heights.
Alright, you're coming back down. I feel that.
So with us going up and down, I can say that we really had a good view of the entirety of the city. So it came natural to do exactly what was across the street, which was do a carriage ride, something that nobody had done in the group. So we ended up deciding to go and show our best kind of prince and princesses wave.
Okay. I've never been on a horse-drawn carriage.
Princess wave. Princess waves all the way around. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hello. You gotta do like the princess, the princess tourist. Hello. Hello. Alright, Princess Trev. Prepare this wonderful carriage ride to be beautiful and wonderful.
For us, it was a good way to say goodbye to Trev, who'd be leaving the next morning, and from there, we decided to go back and hang out at Momocon one last time for the day before getting ready for the next one. Whew! That was a lot! That was a lot! Summarized in 12 minutes! That was about another 2 days down! So that was day 3 and 4, I guess day 2 and 3 of Momocon. Ah! There was so much to this trip, guys. It was so much fun. Anyway, hopefully you didn't have to wait too long in between this and the last one, because at this point, they're just pretty much uploaded and all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for hanging out and spending some of your life. Make sure to like, sub, and share the stream. That's the wrong thing. Share the video. This is staying in. This is staying in. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.